Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on a button hover effect. There you go. It's a sliding linear background. Okay, we're going to need 4 buttons, each one with 2 classes, one of button and one of the respective button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. Okay, that's how the browser shows it by default. We're going to change that. We're going to give it our own settings. So we're just going to do basic reset. Change all the padding to 0, margin to 0. And box sizing border box. Right in our body, we're just going to give it a height of 100 VH. Our background will be white. Display flex, justifying a line to center. It's just a way of centering our buttons. We're going to style our class button. Give it no border. And give it a margin of 20 pixels and padding of 24 pixels. Width 22 pixels. Sorry, 220. Font family sans serif. Didn't add that before. And I'm going to text transform uppercase. Make everything uppercase. And we're going to round it out by giving it border radius of 6 pixels. We're going to make our text color white. And I'm going to give it a transition of half a second. Now what we're going to do is we're going to define our background as a linear gradient. For each of the buttons we're going to do it separately. So we're going to create 4 button classes with the 4 different linear gradients. It's important to note that the linear gradient is more or less symmetrical. So the middle color will be one color and the colors on the sides will be the same. Now I'm just going to quickly do this for all of them and then we'll jump right back. זה לא באמת סימטרי כאן.
לא, עשית טעות פשוט.
אתה? זה מאוד סימטרי כאן?
זה עמוד צבע, כן. הרעש הזה מזעזע, כאילו זה נורא. אני מקווה שאפשר להוריד את זה, כי אני בטוח שישמעו את זה
אתה לא יכול להוריד את זה.
לא, בהקלטה פה יש אופציה כזה להוריד, כי זה...
אפשר, נראה.
כי זה נורא... נראה לי פשוט נעשה את הקטע הזה על 400% כאילו.
כן. נמחוק אותו, זה לא משנה, אפשר לדלג על זה בכלל.
סבבה, נקטע את זה.
אף אחד, מה קורה אחרי זה?
עכשיו זה רק עושים את הפוזישן 200 גודל. אז אתה רואה.
Alright, there you go. Those are 4 buttons. What I forgot to mention before, we're going to make our background 200%, which only shows half of it. You see, you can only see the left half of our linear gradient background. What we're going to say is that when we hover, stick it up here. When we hover, our background position moves to the right. And that's it. So at the beginning, it shows the left half. When you hover, it shows the right. There you go. Now you can align your buttons any way you want, horizontally. I'll just change. I'll make them vertical. X direction, column. There you go. As simple that hover button animation. See y'all next time. Alright, hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on a button with a hover effect using the cubic Bezier effect. We have a couple pseudo elements in there. I'll show you how it works. Alright, we're going to need our anchor tag, the class button. Nothing new. In our CSS, we're going to do our basic reset. Our padding at 0, our margin at 0, and box size and border box. Good. Now in our body, we're going to make our height 100 VH. Our background, nope. Our background, make it a dark blue. Flex display and center everything. Justify content center and align item center. Great. Now we're going to edit our style our button class. We'll give it 15 pixels of padding top and bottom, 100 pixels left and right. Give it a border on 1 pixel solid white. Great. We'll round that out using border radius 50 pixels. Alright, perfect. Now we're going to take off the underline using texturation none. Make it all uppercase. Font size 13 pixels, font weight 500, and add some letter spacing. Good. We can't see it, so we'll change the text color to white. And cursor pointer, position relative, and overflow hidden. You will see why later on. Excellent. Now we're gonna put it on our Z index. We're gonna put it on 2, which means it's like bring to front in PowerPoint. If you don't know PowerPoint, that's too bad. Background transparent, and when we hover, we want the border to change color. So same size, just a blue, and our text color as well. There you go. Our text color changes and our border color changes. Great. Now we're going to make our before element, our pseudo element, empty content string, and 0% width and 100% height. Display block, and use the same color for the background as for our border. And we're going to give it absolute position. Top 0, left -10. That keeps it out of view until our animation begins. I'm going to put it behind our text in the Z index, give it a -2. Give it a transition of 0.7 seconds using the cubic Bezier effect. Numbers I brought before. You can use a generator online for exactly any effect you're trying to achieve, or if you just want something that looks like mine, you can just copy mine. Give the box some shadow. You can barely see it, but cool. Now you can't see the pseudo element. I'll just change the width here in the display there, so you can see it. You can also see that 100% won't be enough because of the left offset. So we're going to create an after element as well. Just copy all the everything from the before element. Just change the background color to make it a light color. I just took the same color from the text. And I'm going to change its opacity. And we'll put it behind our other element on the Z index. So that you see the dark blue one, and then only afterwards the light blue one. Oh, still can't see anything. Now, when you hover over the button, we're going to change the width of the before element to 100%. You can see that's not enough, so I'm going to make it 116%. Great, we filled the whole button. Now I'm going to add a hover effect to the after element, which is the light blue box. And we'll also change its width, give it 120% width. Get it past the one. Oh, something's not right here. Just give me a sec. Okay, we're going to transform skew so it opens up on an angle. It's gonna change the there you are. Gotta change the cubic Bezier numbers. Had them wrong. Now you can see, because of the different cubic Bezier, that the green goes faster, greeny, light green, light blue, and the dark blue is slower. But you only see the dark blue because it's higher on the Z index. Alright guys, see you next time. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another button tutorial. On this button, hover effect, two different pseudo elements, and animation. Alright, on it is our button anchor tag in our HTML, link to our style sheet, and we're going to start styling everything in our style sheet. Do a basic reset. None of this should be new to you. Padding 0, margin 0, box sizing, good old border box. Alright, I'm going to give it a height of 100 VH and a background color of dark blue. Center our objects, display flex, justify content center, and align item center, font family, sans serif. Great, so we're going to start editing our class button. Give it 20 pixels padding on the top and bottom, 90 pixels on the sides. Now you can't actually see that, so I'm going to add just for now, I'm going to add a 1 pixel solid border. See, that's where it is. It's on the same location as the button. I'm going to delete that though, because we don't actually want it. I'm going to get rid of that underline using text decoration none. Give our font some white. Font size 13 pixels. Text transform uppercase. Letter spacing 2 pixels. And color white. Cursor pointer. Position relative. And overflow hidden. That's a really important one feature for this. Transition of 0.3 seconds. There you go, looking good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to give it a hover effect. We hover color greeny, light green, blue, teal. Is that teal? Border 1 pixel solid also. I think it is teal. Turquoise maybe. Turquoise? Anyway. Now what we're going to do is a button focus. You can't actually see because of the, you can't really see because of the blue, but when you hover, the browser automatically gives it a blue outline, but we're removing that no matter what. Adding outline none. Anyway, I'm going to create our before pseudo element, empty content string, position absolute, top 0, left 0, aligning it with just the button. And width 100%, height 100%. Just creating an overlapping button. Only we're going to change it, give it a color, nice purple. Display inline block, opacity 1. And I'm going to bring it down on our Z index. Send it back so it's behind our actual button. And give it a transition of 0.65 seconds. And the motion will be a cubic Bezier. Awesome. Alright, we haven't added animation yet, so there's no transition. Now we're going to style our after button. What we can do, because the styling is the same for the size, the dimensions, we can just select both of them and style them together. There's the dry rule of CSS, which is don't repeat yourself. Just to keep your code as small as possible, and then style the buttons separately. So in the before button we will give it its own background, and the after one give it its own teal background, but we need to change our Z index, so bring that one back and just copy that to ours. Great. Now I'm going to give it our hover effect, so when you hover the button the before changes. I'm going to translate that X all the way out to to 100%. And same thing for the after element, only minus 100%. So both of the pseudo elements are leaving the button to the sides. And you can't see it because of the hidden overflow, which we wrote right at the beginning. And see that you can see the elements are both outside the button, but they're invisible. All right, there you go, another really cool button. And that's all for now. Take care.